Hey everyone, welcome back to the Getting Old and Healthy vlog. I think I'm gonna give up on the name. I just really can't make it happen twice weekly. I got too much other stuff going on right now. I mean, if I get to it once a week, that's great. If I get to it more than once a week, I mean, bonus for you. You get to see this face. I'm pretty much done with the talk of systems. If you hear me talk so much about like working that system, you probably know that I'm wound pretty tight. At this stage in my life, it's kind of necessary. I got 3 kids. Our lives get pulled in like all kinds of different directions. So wherever I can fit things. Oh, and speaking of fitting things, last week was a really productive running week. I got 31 miles of running. I wear a GPS watch, so it always gives me the change. If I run like 6 miles and like 3/10 or something like that, or like 3/100 of a mile, it adds up. I mean, likely I got 30 miles and all the change added up to like a mile. That's an achievement when all I've been doing lately has been like 5 or 6 miles a week, or maybe if I'm lucky 12 miles a week. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm tired, but I'm still young enough that I can make that decision of like, you're not going to get any less tired by not running. Maybe that's stupid reasoning. Anyway, so that's an update on the running thing. I wanted to make today's video about one thing that's like just changed my life recently is, let me take it back a little bit. Alyssa and I do a system of meal planning each week. Some weeks it's a little more like structured where we're like, okay, well, we want to eat chicken on 2 days and we want to have a really veggie heavy night, or we want to have like shrimp this day, or we want to do like fish this day. So what kind of dishes can we do to like add that stuff in? And one of the things we're always looking to improve upon is adding veggies to our recipes. How can I add like a big handful of asparagus to whatever dish I'm doing? Or how can I add like a big handful of kale into whatever dish Alyssa's doing? How can we center our meals around vegetables? I recently came across like a game changer for my breakfast. Every morning I like to start my day with coffee. I love drinking coffee. I got like half a pot there, and I wanted to show you guys that I am the best dad ever. My coffee cup said so. I don't think you can really argue with coffee cups. Here's another one that's really not gonna lie to you. Coffee makes me poop. That's true. Coffee makes me poop. For a long time when I made breakfast for Alyssa and I, it'd be like eggs with some chopped up bell peppers, onions, and mushrooms. Over the last year, I kind of phased out the mushrooms. I don't really like them in my eggs anymore. I added spinach, so there's like a little bit more veggies in there. But just recently, like within the last couple weeks, and like, you know, if you already do this, then you're gonna probably laugh at this, but this has been a game changer for me. Broccoli and eggs is ridiculously good. I take just a couple stalks and like dice it up in the morning. It doesn't take any more time than what I'm already doing for cutting my vegetables, and I saute it in a little butter, or if you're trying to be even more health conscious, do it in some olive oil. But yeah, like broccoli, salt and pepper, fry up some eggs in that, and it is just, oh my God, just thinking about it right now, I might actually make me some for lunch. There's a couple things like I get out of this is, obviously I'm trying to like build healthy habits, and I'm trying to build healthy habits for my kids because they'll eat this too. Joe and John, they smell it and they like it and they eat it. Joe really loves broccoli. We've instilled some really good habits in them. On top of that, this is something I'm like getting into as I get a little bit older, is like preparing meals is starting to become like a meditative act. Something I don't look at anymore as like a chore. And now it's become, oh man, what can I do? What can I create? This is a creative process. It's made even better when my wife's across the kitchen island from me, and we're just talking about our day and going through stuff and like sharing a cup of coffee. This is one of those things like I've gradually put into my life of like little tiny meditative practices like chopping vegetables and preparing meals. Another one that's probably gonna sound really weird, washing dishes. I wash dishes by hand 2 or 3 times a day if that's what the dish load is come to. Like, I know you're probably like thinking to yourself, why the hell doesn't he just throw them in the dishwasher? So I don't know if I have any useful answers. Before our kids, and especially for Alyssa and I, before our twins, we always complained about there's a lack of time to do things. It's funny how wrong I was about that. The stress is definitely, since the twins were born, is the fragmented attention. There's only so much of me to go around, and I gotta make sure I maintain relationships with my daughter, with my wife, and now with my 2 sons, that they can grow up well. That's really difficult, especially with like the 2 boys that don't really know how to relate to you as a person. We construct these realities around like how we use our time. They do have physical constraints, but for the most part, stuff like that is fungible. Like anything else, it's a stress that gets applied to you, and all you can do is take it like one step at a time, grabbing little bits here and there wherever I can. Hopefully I'm doing okay by my kids, but you know, maybe we'll find out later on in life. That'll probably be it for me today. I don't know that I made much sense on this section of my thoughts. I don't know, maybe you got something good out of it. Like, I'm always trying to find ways to make those things better. It's a continuous process of like self-improvement. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Peace.